make me throw on a suit to roast the creepy, partially alcoholic, ugly, Marlboro Red smoking, rambling uncle? Come on. Is it really worth my dinner break? Did I give up shooting hand-to-hand girls softball for this crap? You need me to roast you, Bobby? Was Dave not available tonight? Did he turn you down because he had to tape his weather podcast? They say traffic is bad and it's getting worse in Charleston. Accidents are causing bumper-to-bumper gridlock day in and day out. Commutes are getting longer and longer. Congestion at an all-time high. Not because of population growth. It's because Bobby actually gives a voice on the radio to Boston John each and every day. On a good day, people are driving off the road or into each other listening to your show. On a day the Red Sox win, they are driving off the freaking Ravenel Bridge. And it's your fault, Bobby. It's all your fault. Bobby, I'm not saying you drink too much, but when the Red Cross says they don't want your blood at your own fucking blood drive, there may just be a problem. Bobby has really found a home on 98.9. Not the radio station, his blood alcohol content. Bobby, your show can best be described as Steven Garcia the night before a football game. A drunken, rambling mess, mostly incoherent, pissing people off, dodging violations and incarceration, but yet enamoring. Yes, that too. Bobby, I'm not saying you drink too much, but your liver looks worse than Everett's left kidney. Either way, I stand by my original statement. Bobby, the FCC wants to find you, but they can't understand you. There's so much talk in the news about how awful school buses are in South Carolina. They look like a freaking Lamborghini next to that piece of shit RV that Gil drove around in for years with your ugly mug on the side of it. Who puts your face on a bus, Bobby? On a bus! You're advertising using the mug of a guy who epitomizes a face for radio. I'm not saying that McAllister Funeral Home is missing an opportunity to advertise on your show, Bobby, but your audience makes Citadel basketball crowd seem like a Chuck E. Cheese on Saturday afternoon. You said it in the story we shot about your career the other day. You can't believe you started the show at 39 years old and now you're 64. You really don't look a day over 86, Bobby. Bobby, you're so old, you spend half of your show hawking life-changing hearing aids. Why the fuck would we want to amplify the bullshit that you spout out? Do I need to hear Jim Downer 82 decibels louder than he already is? Do I need additional wattage to hear coughing, stuttering, and you screwing up the 2 lines that you have to memorize about Mount Pleasant seafood? If you're thinking Mount Pleasant, you're thinking seafood. If you're thinking seafood, you're thinking Mount Pleasant seafood. It's not that hard. Bobby, it's actually 5 o'clock right now, but we have to wait to change your diaper for a few hours. It was so nice. Frank Martin and Ray Tanner were going to show up tonight, but none of them showed up. Frank Martin, Ray Tanner, Will Muschamp, what were they doing? They had a roast Gamecock Jesus instead of you tonight? I was worried a bit about my language, seeing that Frank Martin really is sensitive to curse words, but Frank did want to send you his famous stare, Bobby, except if he actually had to stare at you for 5 seconds, he'd burn his fucking retinas out. Dawn Staley wanted to show up tonight, but she was too busy winning to roast an old loser. Bobby, your career is colder than Jackie Bradley Jr.'s back, at least according to Ray Tanner when he tells that to Jack Leggett. That was funny! Ray, you remember that? Yeah. Ray was pissed. I will commend you, Bobby. You have made a living for 25 years modeling your show after some of the most successful Gamecocks. USC equestrians. Not the riders, the horseshit on the floor of the barn. Bobby, you are to Kirkman Broadcasting hires what Darren Horn is to hires at South Carolina. Some of you may remember when Ray Tanner's team won their first College World Series in 2010. What has that AD been doing since that game? But back in 2010, Bobby agreed to shave his head into a mohawk and dye his hair fire engine red if his beloved Gamecocks could actually win the title. I'm not sure what was more surprising, Bobby actually growing all that hair back, or the hair dye specialist knowing the exact shade of red on Ray Tanner's face when I asked him about Chad Holbrook winning 30 games at the College of Charleston. Talk about Gamecock greats. Drew Meyer is here. Hi, Drew. Drew Meyer, everybody. Drew, some would say you had a cup of coffee in the majors. I consider it more of an overpriced espresso shot from Starbucks. Drew, there isn't much I can say about your major league career. Bobby goes on benders longer than you lasted in the bigs. But heck, you'll always be one of the best slightly overweight utility infielders to hit 230 for the Corpus Christi Hooks. Life comes at you quick, dude. One day you're teammates with Alex Rodriguez, the next you're neighbors with me. On my way over, I heard from Steve Spurrier. He was disappointed, to say the least, that he couldn't be part of tonight's event. Once he heard you no longer owned the bar in Mount Pleasant at the private parties featuring the Low Country's top talent performing their upside-down naked chair stunt for bachelor parties, he decided to go to Clemson's meeting instead tonight. Back to the king of Crown Royal. Bobby, I've always wondered, why Canadian whiskey? The weak, watered-down northern friend to the wonderful whiskeys we have down south. Jack Daniels in Tennessee, bourbon in Kentucky. Because you're a Gamecock fan. When's the last time you actually beat Tennessee and Kentucky the same season? I drink Canadian whiskey too. No? Sorry. But in all reality, Bobby, you are an absolute treasure to this town and to our sports community. I admire you so much. Bobby, what you've done in our field is more than incredible. The reason for your success is because you care. You care about the community and everyone in it. Your heart for those less fortunate is something every single person can and should learn from. I've witnessed firsthand what you've done for kids during the holiday season, for folks going through the worst of times at the Ronald McDonald House, for people in need of blood to save a life. There is no cause too small or meaningless to you. You would give the shirt off of your back for any listener. You'd give the last dollar out of your wallet for anyone who needed it. It's truly a gift and something you should be more than proud of, Bobby. For 12 years, I've got to join you each and every day on Fan Talk. It's more than a radio-TV partnership. It's an honor. It's something I sure do not take lightly. Your help, your friendship, and partnership has meant the world to my career in Charleston. I can't tell you the amount of people who stop me on a weekly basis and say they listen to the Bobby Hartin Show and hear me on there. Bobby, you make each and every one of our lives better. If it's just a small amount of time sitting in traffic, heading home from work, you're able to make us laugh, make us cry, make us think. You make us happy, and that's the best gift anyone could ever get. You bring happiness to the Low Country. You keep sports in perspective and celebrate them for what they are, a release from our own everyday life. You have fun doing your job, and that is palpable every single day we turn on the dial. There's a reason for your longevity. Maybe it's the Crown Royal, but in reality, it's because you do it the right way. Local, heartfelt, old school. You do sports radio the way people want it. No gimmicks, no unnecessary bashing, no frills, and you've outlasted every single personality on air who tried to use those tricks to beat you. 25 years, Bobby, an incredible 25 years. The Low Country is lucky to have you. The effect you have had on this community is felt far and wide, and it will always be. You are more than a radio talk show host. You are a staple of this community. Orangeburg will always be where you're from, but Charleston has hit the lottery that you've made this your home. Here's to another 25 years, Bobby. We love you. We thank you. And we roast you in time.
I hope you have enjoyed up until now, but I suggest you buckle your seatbelts. The man who we have ripped to